Dina Pestonji was 29 years old when she suffered not one, but 2 strokes. After major brain surgery, she had to relearn how to walk, talk, and feed herself. Now she's bringing her experience to the pages of her new memoir, Surviving Myself, how an eating disorder, a car accident, and a stroke taught me to love my life and finally start living it. Dina joins me now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Kelsey.
I was struck by your book when it says Surviving Myself, about the saying we often say, how we're our own worst enemies.
Yes.
And I think that really resonates in your book, that the road you've gone on, Dina, has not been an easy one, but you're coming out into the light today.
Yes, finally, by talking about my past and what I was so uncomfortable with all through life, I finally do now love myself.
So what inspired you to write the book when you did? Was there a pivotal moment that stirred you to start writing?
I just wanted to, I suffered a stroke, but we all suffer many different challenges in our lives, and I wanted to inspire others to deal with theirs.
How do you make sense of suffering the stroke? Because you were healthy leading into this, and then it seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yes, it did. Things happen, and there's honestly no explanation, and I just had to deal with that, and I'm safe now. So,
you woke up in the hospital and not knowing really what had happened.
No, I was kind of blissfully naive for the first month as I was living in the hospital.
And had some paralyzed the right side, I believe?
The entire right side of my body.
How do you go from that to 10 months later running a half marathon? What is the progress you saw, and how mentally do you even get past that?
Yeah, well, I didn't know what had happened to me. So the first time I saw that I had brain surgery, it was explained to me. So once I learned as to what had happened, I didn't know the before, it kind of struck that light in me that says, okay, I'm not going to be a paralyzed 29-year-old. I have to get back to myself. I have to be me again. And so start from wiggling my toe to, getting in a wheelchair and using my right leg to move the wheelchair forward and walking with a cane. It was one day at a time, but I had that goal that I wanted to still be me.
How long did the progress take? Like from wiggling the toes to you actually walking, what was the time frame?
Well, a few months, walking with a cane, then to, just taking small steps forward. But I had a wonderful therapy team that helped me every day. I was in therapy every day.
Talking about everything, not just physical therapy, but also mental therapy, I imagine is huge for you. But you mentioned in your book that culture is one of the reasons why it took you so long to talk about everything you had gone through.
Yeah, for everything in my life, even with the eating disorders as well, things in our culture, they happen, and you just quietly deal with them and move on. It's a very hush-hush kind of scenario. So I never thought really much of what I had gone through. It's just, okay, I have to get better and move on.
I imagine for young girls and young boys who are perhaps going through similar situations, this is the book that they perhaps need to get the voice.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. Is I never heard these messages when I was growing up. I just thought it's not good to be different, and you just deal with things quietly. You never talk about them. And I wanted to give children, or not young people, a voice and say we're all feeling the same thing, and it's okay to open up and be vulnerable and talk about how we feel, because that has led me to actually healing.
Dina, thank you so much. We so appreciate you sharing your story and being here today.
Thank you so much, Kelsey.